Hi guys, welcome to Gas and Gears. Today we're gonna upgrade, or actually replace, the brake hoses, because the previous brake hoses are almost 20 years old and the brakes are not as sharp, so I bought replacement lines of the hoses. So today we're gonna do the front ones and change the front rotors and put new pads on, just to do a bit of a refresh at the front. I changed the back ones a while back, and I will let you know how the braking actually feels after doing this amount of work, and hopefully it'll help some folks out. So without further ado, let's just take the wheel off and then get right into it. Alright guys, so far what we've done is taken out this 5mm Allen screw that holds the rotor together, and now we're gonna go for these T45s at the back. Take off the caliper, just give you a rundown of the situation, what we're gonna actually do here. And then once the caliper's off, then we gotta take off this, but not in the right order. We gotta tackle this bolt here, we gotta remove this one right here. So there's another bracket. These things just pop in and out. There's nothing crazy about them. So you just pry them open, plastic, and they come off. And then the big one is here. So before we started to do the works, we actually sprayed them with the penetrating oil. And now we're just trying to loosen. Sorry, let me adjust the camera for a second here. So now we're gonna make the caliper loose so it's more controlled and it's not gonna make too much of a mess, hopefully. And we might actually break this bolt first so it's loosened up a bit instead of leaving it till last, and then go from there. So now T45 back in there. And remember, I'm only doing all this because I'm replacing the disc brake and the pads. So if you want, you could actually remove this bolt and the other two and replace the line. But while I got it bleeding, I'll do the whole process. I might as well make it all loose now, so it's a little bit easier. Alright, caliper pins are out right from the bottom. There we go. Ready. Take it out. And then we gotta take off these 13mm bolts here too. Now we probably have to hammer the back of it. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna take these things out. Loosen them up a bit. There we go. And get that 10mm bolt out of there. So, alright, undo this. And now we're gonna take out the sensor clip, which is just the push tabs on each side. Hopefully we don't break this. There we go. That comes off. So basically I just push both these. Alright guys, so now we've loosened that 10mm, 11mm bolt there, oh sorry, the nut there, and we've loosened a 15 mil behind the caliper here, banjo bolt. And now what I'm trying to do is hook up the new hardware first, and that way it'll be slightly less messy and I won't make too much chaos out of the bleeder. My main goal is to not let the tank dry, because that way I'm not fighting the air in the system too much. So I'll put this here, and then I'm gonna get that lined up over there. All right, in the kit that I got out of Rock Auto, all that I got was the hoses with the right clamps and 2 washers on either side of the banjo bolt. And it seems like it's pretty complete setup, and it was dirt cheap. It was like $6 each for the hoses, so not a bad way to make sure that you have actual stopping power in your vehicle. I think it's best to do it as a 2-man job. I'll start changing that hose up top here. Hang on, let me put the light on. So I'll start to change, where's the camera thing? Yeah, I'll start on this end, and Rob is gonna start on the other end here, so that way we'll have the minimal spill, yeah, off the fluid. I'm gonna replace the fluid anyway, but I don't want the air running into my ABS pump and causing all the chaos. Alright guys, we're gonna be using the same fittings again, so I am just gonna loosen this slowly, but as Rob suggested earlier, to use wire brush penetrating oil on this so the fittings don't actually end up breaking inside and, you know, end up leaving us no other choice than to replace the whole hard line, which is the worst case scenario. So for now, this thing's actually worked pretty good, even though the car is rusted as hell. This worked good, so we're gonna take this off slowly. Alright, let's take this end out, put the new hose in it, and let's just start tightening this bit. It's a very straightforward replacement, guys. Just have to make sure that the locking tabs go through. Washers are stuck?
Stuck on it, yeah.
Okay, Rob's side, the washers are stuck, so we've got a little bit of action going on there, guys. Alright, in the meantime, we're just going to tighten up this end, guys. At least that side is done. That's tight, which is good. You can take the hose out, Rob. Here.
Yeah.
Let's work it without the thing. Yeah, this is all completely done.
Sure, yeah.
Here we go. No go? Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so that's done.
This has a crush washer.
Threads okay?
Off, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So put this one on.
Alrighty. Crush washer on.
And then one more on this side.
Okay. Alright guys, we have to reuse this clip that came off the original fitting. It sits on like this, but there's a, if you can see in there, there's a metal lock, so you pry it with a screwdriver here and push it off from the other side. So it's basically, yeah, so it sits like this, pry it and then push it off and it slides off. So after that's come off, then you can put this on onto the newer one here. There we go, it just slides on. So it just slides on, and now we can put our
Sensor
connectors, yeah, the sensor bits there. And finally we can push this one on.
Yeah.
And yes, and that bolt, the 10 mil will need to be tightened. So there you go, guys. That's the process for replacing the brake hose on one end, which is fairly easy, but I would definitely suggest it. Yeah, 2-man job. one tackles one side, the other one the other side, so you're not out of fluids, and it's not chaotic. Because in our case, as you saw, the washers got stuck, so we had to cut that off. If it was just one man show, it would turn ugly real quick. But it's fairly straightforward. And this is what the old hose looks like after being cut open. And still seems
not bad.
Yeah, seems okay. But it was a cheap. Exactly. It's cheap enough. $6 a pop, you can't go wrong.
Now it's got nice flexible hose.
Yeah, and now I gotta tighten the 10 mil. There's the 10. Here it is. Put this on. Okay, so that's done. Now I just want to double check how tight they are.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tight.
That's as tight as you want it to be. Yeah. It's a flare fitting. You don't want it to over tighten it. Just make sure the leakage stops. Right now we've got fluid in the line. There's zero leaks coming through that. And the same thing here. We're gonna go back here and then check for leaks. Clean it all up. So for now, I just gotta use the 15 mil and tighten this here. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Change the gloves. You don't want to have any contamination on your new brakes. All right, guys. Now we're gonna try and put on the new rotor. And so I'm just going to put some anti-seize here so it just doesn't get stuck the next time you change it. Alright, anti-seize on. And now we've sprayed the rotor with brake cleaner to make sure there's no oils on it. And after changing the brake hose, remember to have fresh pair of gloves so you're not contaminating anything. Now the bolt that secures this goes back on. Alright, put the securing bolt on. Make sure all lines up. And the rotor is not touching anything here. It's clearing. So we've secured this bolt here, guys. Rob's pushed the caliper back with the C-clamp. And now the Bosch brake pads came with new guides, so we're gonna take off the old guides and put the new ones on. All right, one off. Wire brush it.
Now it's on.
Yeah, here we go. That one's good. Some silicone grease goes onto the guides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay guys, so I was making a mistake when I was trying to put the pads on. This spring clip that holds onto it, actually for the driver's side, has to be up top so it can lock in. Now we're gonna put the slider pins back on.
I'm gonna grease those too.
They already have grease on them.
Good
Yeah.
enough? Okay.
Yeah, because we did it not too long ago.
Okay.
They still got a lot of grease on them.
All right, good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, getting heavier. There we go. That's tight enough. You just double check all the fittings, guys. Check that. Check this. Check to see if there's any leaks. It doesn't show up in mine now. Make sure all this is lined up, secure. This bolt here secure. Brake caliper secure. And now we're gonna throw the wheel back on. But this is actually the procedure how to change the hose, guys, and then it's exactly the same for the other side. And then hopefully this will help some of you guys out there who's looking to upgrade their brakes in the near future. Okay guys, same deal on the passenger side. Remove the calipers first, and then take off the rotor. And then I've already cracked the hoses slightly. I put some penetrating oil on them first, and now what we're gonna do is do both the hoses at the same time. Take off the plastic clips first, like this one here. Just take it out. That one just stays there, which is fine. I'm gonna let the hose hang off it here because I'm replacing the hose anyway. Take this one out. Sorry, take that off. And now it's gonna be pretty straightforward. 15 mil and 11 mil. 11 mil open-ended wrench. There we go. I'm gonna try, see if it actually loosens. Yep, opens up first go. So that's a good sign. And now I filmed it on the other side, so we're gonna skip the filming part because this is more time consuming. But we'll show you once the hose is actually replaced. Okay guys, just a quick show off what got done. Replaced the line, ran it back, put the plastic, what do you call them, the catch thingies properly for all the wires, and put the benjo bolt back on. It'd be a good idea to have metal clippers with you, because the outside washer that's actually sandwiched between these two, the line and the caliper, it crushes and it doesn't want to come off. So you just save yourself a hassle of leaking so much fluid. Just cut them off, and that way you'll get through it quicker. Otherwise you'll bleed your reservoir dry and trap some air in it. But there we go. Now the new line's in, just runs through. Both front ones are done. I'm gonna throw a new rotor on, and then we're gonna put new pads on it, and then this side's done. We're gonna stop bleeding. Okay guys, so I've done the hose maintenance so far. Replaced the hoses, bled the brakes, and took the car for a little drive, and the brakes feel very responsive. The squishiness is already cured, and the brakes are spot on. You push the pedal and it delivers. The braking is far better than before. And I'll be making a couple more videos regarding the brakes. I've done a few different upgrades right now. I've done the calipers, rotors, and just giving it a refresh completely instead of just our hard lines. So I'll break it down in 3 different videos over the next few days, and the first one that you saw today was just for the hoses, and the second one will be how to bleed the system, just a rough idea, and the third one will be how to replace the calipers itself. So stay tuned, and please subscribe if you like the content. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye now.